Hello and welcome to Change is Good. My name is Brian. Here we have another box of half dollars to go through with a XXX stamp. Let's do a live opening and see what we got on top. I don't see any silver offhand. All right, let's get the rolls open and see what we got inside. We're on roll number 4, and we've got an NIFC. This one is a 2002 Denver with a mintage of 2.5 million. Unfortunately, has a pretty severe ring of death on it, but we're on the board. Let's get back to the hunt. We're on roll number 8. We've got another NIFC. This time it is a 2014 Philadelphia without a ring of death this time. These also have a mintage of 2.5 million. All right, let's get back to it. We're on the next roll, roll number 9, and we've got a variety. Let's go to the scope. Under the scope is a 1973 Denver. If you look at the thickness of letters of the words in God here, you'll see they're extra thick. You'll see splitting here on the right side of the 1, even though there's a little bit of damage. You can see splitting here in the number 9 in the date, here on the right, and on the inside curl. You'll see a little notch right here in the 3. And the lettering in We Trust is extra thick with splitting, especially here at the top of the U, here at the S on both serifs, top and bottom. And here in the R, you also see a split right here, as well as a notch right there. This is the FS 101 or double dyed number 1 on Variety Vista. This is a major cherry pickers variety. It's a good find. Let's get back to the hunt. We're on roll number 21. And we've got another NIFC. This time it's another 2014 Philadelphia, mintage of 2.5 million. All right, let's get back to it. We're on the same roll. Now we've got a variety. Let's go to the scope. Here we have a 1972 Denver. Now this one's not in the best condition, so it's kind of hard to see the details. But the lettering here is a little bit thicker than it's supposed to be. There's usually a split right here, but it's hard to see it in the G. If you go over here to the word trust, you'll see a little bit of a remnant of a split right here. It's got some damage right in this area, so it's hard to see it. But right there is a little bit of a split. And at the top of the U, you can see some pretty obvious splitting right here, and right here. This is DDO number 1 on Variety Vista, or WDDO number 1 on WexersDoubleDie.com. All right, let's get back to the hunt. We're on roll number 24, and you've got to see this. Here we've got a 1974 Philadelphia. Now check out the reverse. Look at that massive strike through right there. That was definitely not grease. It's too uniform in shape. Looks like a piece of a screw or something, possibly. But that's definitely not struck through grease. You can tell it's a strike through because there are no raised elements anywhere around it. And there's no high spot on the other side of the coin. This is a heck of a find right here. I'll show it to you under the scope. Here's what it looks like up close. Check that out. Yeah, it was definitely not grease. A piece of a screw or something was in there. I wish it had been stuck to the coin. That would be even better. Well, so far that's the find of the hunt in my opinion. Let's get back to it. We're on the same roll, and we've got a variety this time. Let's go to the scope. Under the scope, we have a 1971 Denver. The defining characteristic of this variety is letter I in N. You'll see how the left-hand side of the lettering is squared and wide, and the right side has a double split at the top and a triple split here at the bottom. The 1 in the date is also extra wide. If you go over here to the word trust, you'll see it's thicker than normal. If you go over here to the T in Liberty, you'll see the left-hand serif is wide and flat. This is the FS 102 in the Cherry Picker's Guide, or DDO number 6 on Variety Vista. It's a great find. Let's get back to the hunt. We're on roll number 28. We got another NIFC. This time it is a 2002 Philadelphia. Mintage of 3.1 million. All right, let's get back to it. We're on the next roll, roll number 29, and we got another NIFC. This time it is a 2012 Denver. Mintage of 1.7 million. All right, let's get back to it. We're on roll number 35. We got another NIFC. This time it's another 2014 Philadelphia. 2.5 million mintage. All right, back to the box. Roll number 45, we got another variety. Let's go to the scope. Under the scope is a 1984 Philadelphia. I have it upside down to make it easier to see what I'm looking at. If you look at the bottom of the T, right here, you'll see how extra bulbous it looks. There's a little bit of a split right here on this side. Normally it's on both sides, but it's kind of worn. If you go over here to the eye, it has the same appearance. Normally the bottom of the letters isn't this thick and bulbous looking. This one's also really, really bulbous. There's a split right through here on this one. A little bit over here too, but it's kind of worn. It's hard to see it. This one's really easy to confuse with a heavily polished die. So if you're not sure, you can always check out the mint mark placement as well. And this is exactly where it's supposed to be on the coin, according to the pictures on Variety Vista. This is DDO number 1 on Variety Vista or WDDO number 1 on whatsourcedouble.com. All right, let's get back to the hunt. Well, those last 5 rolls were a bust. I'll be back in a moment with a recap of the hunt. Even though that box had no silver, I think it was a great box. In total, we had 11 finds on the board, 6 NIFCs, a 2002 Philadelphia, 2002 Denver with a Ring of Death, 2012 Denver, 3 2014 Philadelphias, 4 double dies, a 1971D FS102, 1972D DDO number 1, 1973D FS101, and 1984P DDO number 1. Of course, my favorite find of the hunt, because I don't find them very often, was this 1974 Philadelphia strike through. That is pretty cool. Thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, and subscribe. It helps me out a lot. And I will see you all again on the next hunt.